Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing an empties video. I've been getting so many requests to do another empties and my bin is almost overflowing, so I figured, you know what? Now's the time to do it. I was kind of waiting for a few other products to get used up. However, my next empty is probably going to be so much at once. Probably pretty soon after this video because I have so many things on the go that I'm trying to use up. I've been really good about it lately, I feel, and yeah, I just wanted to show you all my trash, whether it was good or bad. Typically, it's usually good if I use it up. Otherwise, I'm giving it away to family or friends to test out. I'm going to organize it, I think, for you guys before I dive right in, just to show you all my makeup first, because I figure makeup channel, that's probably the most interesting for a lot of you, and then we'll get into the random bits, skincare, all that kind of stuff, hair care that I've used up since my last empties video. So I do these since my last one, just like my Sephora hauls. We have a whole series of videos here, so yeah, let's dive right in to this bin. Starting off with makeup, I used up one of the shades in my Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint, and I'm so close to another one too. I almost had two in this video. So this is one of my favorite skin tints. You'll have to see what place this is because I am doing a ranking of skin tints of all the recent ones I've tried. So you will see where this falls in that video. We have medium 3 here, and this is definitely one that I'm going to repurchase. It has a nice olive undertone, and I feel like regardless of where I am in my tan, I can kind of make this work. I do have medium 5 as well and already have a backup of that one, but I feel like I now need medium 3. Medium 5 is a little bit deeper and I think would better match me right now, but most days I'd say I'm a medium 3 and the undertone is so spot on for this one. So this skin tint has good coverage, good wear, looks natural on the skin, feels lightweight. It's literally everything that I personally want in a daily wear product. The only thing I don't like about this is that it is a dropper packaging, which is super annoying. You can put a pump on this if you want. I just go with the dropper and it can get a little bit messy that way, but otherwise the formula is literally a 10 out of 10 for me. I will always repurchase that. I've gone on and on about that product for so long that I know a lot of you have tested it because of me, but I absolutely love that skin tint. And then I've been trying to use up this powder from Charlotte Tilbury. Well, not trying to use it up. I use these up always. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, but this one specifically, I've just been trying to go around and around the edge, and it's just been getting really annoying. I'm just like, you know what? Let's purchase another one, which I will repurchase during the Sephora Friends and Family sale. I luckily got a code for that. You will see a huge haul because I've been holding off some repurchases for a Sephora sale. I thought I was going to have to wait till Christmas to do a sale. However, I luckily got a code. So huge Sephora haul is going to be coming up if you are looking forward to that. But this powder is just a go-to of mine. I have it in 3 shades. I have 1 for underneath my eyes, 2 for all over the face or underneath my eyes, and then 3 for just all over my face. Depending on where I am in my tan, I will use all 3. I typically use 2 though if I were to only pick one. So this one I do need to repurchase. 1 I don't need quite yet, and 3 I have never hit pan on because I only use it right now. Right now is the time that I am using 3, and 2 is just underneath my eyes and I don't feel like it's overly brightening for my skin, and 3 just sets the rest of my face really nicely. So it's just a really good powder if I want just a little bit more coverage, but also a perfected, flawless looking look. No pores, just really smooth skin. I just really love it. Super finely milled. I'm sure you've heard about the Charlotte Tilbury powder, but it's been a go-to for me and constantly repurchasing this. This one is actually one of the refillable packaging because they finally changed their packaging so you can just get a refill. So I'm going to pop it out, put in my refill when I get it. So I'm saving that packaging, can't throw that out. And then I finished my Hourglass concealer, the mini, and I think I'm going to go for a different shade. I did repurchase this in the shade Sepia. This is the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer. And I did repurchase this, if you've seen in a video, but it was smashed. It came broken, so I'm just like, you know what? Let's just wait for a sale. That was a sign I shouldn't have bought it full price. Just wait. Use what I have. So I did finish Sepia in the mini, and I am going back for the full size. It is so good. I think I'm going to go with Beach, though. I don't know. Do I go with Beach? This one I feel just is a little too light at times in sepia, so I think I might go a hair darker the next time I pick this up. This concealer I love because it is the most full coverage concealer I own. It is more coverage than Tarte Shape Tape. It is just super flawless. A dot is all you need for this because if you use too much, it can go creasy, cakey, not a good look. This, such a small amount, lasts me the mini for quite a while, but I am buying the full size. But I highly recommend if you're looking for coverage, though it is a hit or miss concealer. So that's why maybe go the mini first, see if you like it before you go for full size. Because I know a lot of people personally who don't like that concealer, but for me, it's either a love or hate, and I'm in the love camp. It is so good for me. It's one of the ones that I always have to have on hand now. Now that I've tried it, it is a go-to for me. Next, I have 3 mascaras to go over, and I use these all for different purposes, but we will start with my absolute favorite, and it is the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. If I were to repurchase only one mascara right this second, it would be this mascara. This gets my lashes to a place of almost false lash looking the quickest without clumping up. I love the brush, and typically I'm not one of these plastic bristle brush lovers. I typically don't like this. However, for this, whatever reason, it just works with the formula. It gives me the lift, the length, the separation, the volume, everything that I want. This gives me so much lift that it will occasionally transfer underneath my brows, the tips of my lashes. So this will transfer on me, which is unfortunate. It's mostly when it's super hot out, and that's the only downside of this. Even with that said, it's still my #1 mascara just for how it makes my lashes look. I just know that I can't use this on a hot day, unfortunately. That's the only downside, so I do have other options that I do use. Love it. Want to try the waterproof. So if you've tried the waterproof in this, I would like to know if that solves my transfer issue, but I just don't want the hassle of removing waterproof every single day. But I am willing to try it. So please let me know if you've tried that specific mascara in waterproof because I want to see if it doesn't transfer on me. And then I also used up my e.l.f. Lash and Roll, which is a dupe for the Benefit Roller Lash. Great dupe. If you like that mascara, has the nice curved wand which gives good lift, and this one holds a curl for me, so that's why I reach for this. It has good length. I wouldn't say this is overly volumizing on me, but it does have the separation and holds a curl, so I like this for the curling aspect. And then for my lower lashes, I always repurchase this. It is my Rimmel Lash Accelerator. They do have another one that is thicker. You don't want that one. You want the one that looks like this. I call this a dupe for the MAC Giga Black Lash Mascara if you like that, just because of how thin the wand is on it. It's really good at getting the lower lashes, and it has some lash growth complex in it that I feel like does a good job at giving some length to my lower lashes. So I like to use it for that aspect. I think it works, and I've used this for years. So I always repurchase this. I don't have a repurchase of it right now though, because I am using another one that I'm testing out, but it has been a repurchase for years. And then I have a couple lashes here. We have the Velour Extensions Kit. I really like this for how natural it makes my lashes look. It looks like lash extensions. You put these ones actually underneath your eyes, and it has the applicator and a bonding solution, which doesn't irritate my eyes whatsoever. So I really like these for that aspect. These say they can wear long if you keep them dry for 24 hours. That's literally impossible for me to do. I do remove these at the end of the night myself, but apparently you can get these to last longer. I personally haven't tried that out myself because I like to remove everything and just have everything off my lashes. I do find the bond a little too strong in the sense that it can remove some lashes, I feel like. So it does grip, truly. You could wear this for over 24 hours for sure. And that's a good thing, and a downside to it is that I do find I have a little bit of lash loss with it, unfortunately. So it's one of those things that I wouldn't wear all the time because I do feel like if I were to, I wouldn't have as nice of lashes. I'm trying so hard to grow my lashes right now because I've been using that Olaplex serum, which I'm going to update you guys on in my Sephora haul update because that's where I hauled it for you guys. And then I also have this pair of lashes, which is actually two. It is from BK Beauty and Risa Does Makeup, and we have the Martini style in here and Day Club because I stacked them. So it's actually two lashes. And these ones have so much glitter and glue on them because I've used them so much that, yeah, these are done. We need to put those away. There's only so much cleaning I can do. As soon as I use glitter for a pair of lash, it's over for me. I will not use a pair of lashes after I've used glitter. So I typically use more affordable lashes for glitter looks. It's just a thing that I personally do. I don't want to get glitter in my eyes. It has to be completely removed. Glitter is just too hard to get off lashes. In my experience, I don't bother. Something cheap typically, or if it's the last use of a really nice pair of lashes, because these are some of my nicer ones, then I'll incorporate glitter. But it has to be at the end of their life. And then I also used up the velour lash glue to go along with velour lashes. This and the Mosquito one are the only ones that I can personally use that I have found that don't irritate my lash line. I went through a whole time period, if you followed my channel, where I couldn't wear lashes at all. I couldn't figure it out. Honestly, I thought it was black liner mixed with glue, and it wasn't a latex issue. It was just something about certain glues. I still don't know the ingredient, but these ones have less ingredients, I find, than some other glues on the market. So I feel like that's why it works for me. I have zero sensitivity to this, and I can wear lashes every day if I wanted. Though I don't do that, but I'm just so happy to have a couple options in terms of glues that I can wear now that won't irritate my eyes, because I was on a magnetic eyelash kick for a bit there, but I'm back to glue lashes. They're just easy for me. And then I used up one of my NYX micro brow pencils in brunette. I still need to reorder this. I have been using my Patrick Ta in medium brown. Let me know. I really like this color. I feel like it suits me more. So I need to figure out an option in the NYX, because I do use brunette, but maybe a step up I'm feeling. Let me know. Do you have similar color to hair? Because I really feel this medium brown shade in the Patrick Ta is just my perfect color. But I still like brunette. It just makes them a little bit darker. And the NYX Micro Brow is like an Anastasia brow pencil. It's just nice and thin and cheaper. So that's why if you like those, so many colors too. And I also use the brow pen, but I'm not done that yet. And then I have probably 1 or 2 days of this. I just threw it in because it's sitting on my desk. I know this is going to be done before this video even goes live. So this is my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Eye Base. I love this for before makeup application is what I use it for. I don't use it as just a eye cream. This is definitely a priming product for my under eyes prior to makeup, and I do feel like it makes a big difference. I feel like my under eyes look smoother, less lines when I prep them with this product, and every time I go back to it, I do notice a difference. So this is my favorite for pre-makeup application for my under eye area. Highly recommend. They sent me a backup, so I'm excited to have it. I think I was just in that stage of just only using it for special occasions because I did purchase this one. But now that I have a backup, I know that I can just use it freely every day. Have good under eyes every single day. So highly recommend this. And then I used up a Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Best setting spray ever. I still love this just for how long my makeup wears with it. And I just think it melts everything in perfectly. It's just always a go-to of mine. Always have this on hand. Number one for me still to this day since trying this is this setting spray. And if you've not tried it yet, it's a need. That is a need in my makeup collection. And then my last Charlotte Tilbury product, which brings me into skincare. And this you can use for primer or just a regular sunscreen. But this is the Charlotte Tilbury Broad Spectrum SPF 50 sunscreen. It's the Invisible UV Flawless Primer for flawless looking skin plus daily defense. Huge name on this. But I really like this because it didn't break me out, and you guys know so many sunscreens do, but I have found since more sunscreens that I can personally use, And this one was just good prior to makeup application. I love that it was an SPF of 50. I found this also gave a really nice smoothing effect to the skin as well. So if you're looking for some sunscreen that also has priming properties to it, look no further than this. It is pricey. This is made in Japan for Charlotte Tilbury, so really, really love this, and it worked for me without breaking me out. More skincare I have here. I have 2 moisturizers. I use the Ulla Henriksen Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer. This has vegan peptides, ceramides, and collagen. I really like this moisturizer. Would I repurchase it again? Probably not. Just because there's other things I feel like work better for my skin, and you will see that's kind of a theme. I like to try things out. I think for moisturizer, it's one of those things that I haven't found my holy grail moisturizer. Like there's a lot I really, really like, and they work nicely for me, but it's just not one of those things that I will only repurchase the one moisturizer, because there are certain categories which I'm like that. Moisturizer isn't one of them. So a lot of them work and are nice. Like this next one, it's the Skin Fix Barrier Plus Triple Lipid Peptide Cream. I liked this at the time. The packaging is one of those refillable ones. Are you actually working now? I literally, for the life of me, hadn't had this come out the top since I refilled it till now. So you're telling me there's stuff left? Because I thought there was. And it feels heavier. You know what? This apparently is not an empty, so we're going to save that moisturizer for later. But yeah, I've had issue with this packaging. I can't believe that just happened to me on camera. You have no idea how much I've been aggravated by it, but I opened it up the other day for this Empties, and I think I actually started to make it work. I'm not going to complain about it. We have moisturizer to use now. And then my next moisturizer is the Tatcha The Dewy Skin Cream. This was just a sample. I've used this, multiples of these, for quite a while since this came out, and I like this prior to makeup. It's a really nice prior to makeup moisturizer for me. So if you have not tried this, definitely try and get one of the deluxe sizes when Sephora has codes. That's what I personally do, and I never have to purchase the full size because Tatcha is one of those brands that they always have really nice samples and codes for on Sephora. So have backups of this already. Really nice cream. This I use for the body, and I loved this. This is from Acadamie Scientifique de Beaute, and I can't show you up close because it is a white packaging, but Terre de Vahen, I can't even say the word. It has Pear flower, I believe. It's a body cream. Polynesian Dream, it says 99.1% natural origin, and I loved this for the body, and I used this prior to doing my self-tan, and I found my self-tan went on so good with this. But I am done this. I got this in PR, but it was really, really nice, and I would recommend it for a body cream. I'm so lazy when it comes to moisturizing my body, so when I find a body cream that I like, very rare that you'll see in one of these videos because I just don't moisturize as much as I should. That's a goal of mine that I need to do. And hopefully you'll see in future Empties that I actually have body moisturizers in these Empties. If you don't, then you know that I have not met my goal. Another product that I always have samples of that I never have to purchase the full size because this is very, very pricey for the full size. It is from SK-II, and it's the Facial Treatment Essence with Pear. I love this. It says it helps your other skincare perform better. And I just find this on its own, even if I wasn't using the other skincare, it really does a good job at evening my skin and just keeping my texture nice. So I do love this essence. I've used it for some years now, but I always have little minis of those, which I need to remember to save, even my mini products, because I go through products like a lot of minis because I'm testing stuff, or I never purchase the full size of things, because I always have minis of them. Then I went through the Inky List Caffeine Eye Cream. This says it helps reduce under eye puffiness, which I don't typically have, but I did like this prior to putting on makeup for daily wear. And I do find a caffeine eye cream is really nice for brides if you're looking for a really affordable eye cream. I just find it's really nice at awakening the under eye, and I would repurchase this again, though I have other eye creams on the go. But it was really nice, super affordable Inkey List. And then I have a mini of this. This is my favorite micellar water, and it's from Garnier. It's for normal and sensitive skin, but it's the waterproof version. I find this even better than the original, though I have that on the go too. I personally love the waterproof. So if you were to get a micellar water, check out the Garnier waterproof one. I think it's the best one out there. And then I've cut back on my facial wipes. I don't use these to remove my makeup at the end of the day. I do a double cleanse, but I do have these on hand for swatches, for cleaning my brush handles when I'm cleaning my makeup brushes. I like to get all the makeup off, and I find a wipe is just really easy to do that. Or I will use these when I have glitter on my face. Anything like that that I don't want saved in one of my reusable cotton rounds, I will use a disposable wipe like glitter, just because I don't want to ruin those. So I have specific uses for these now. I picked these up from the dollar store actually. They were like $5 a pack, and they're the Neutrogena Hydro Boost ones, which I only use for those instances. I don't use them for taking off facial makeup every night or anything like that. There's just specific uses that I still feel like I need a wipe for in my routine specifically, and just for my job. And then we're going on to some body stuff. We have hair and some random. We have my Sol de Janeiro Baume Dia Bright Clarifying AHA Body Wash. This is the best scent ever. Specifically, the body wash has this strawberries and cream smell to it. Oh, I cannot get enough of this. Every time I use it in the shower, literally every single day, it's always a love. Like, it's a pleasure to use this. I'm just obsessed. It's one of those smells that I cannot get enough of, and I will always, always love. If I could smell like this for the rest of my life, I would personally be happy. And you guys know how much I love fragrance. But this one is so good. They also came out with the 68 one now in a body wash, which I'm going to pick up during the Sephora Friends and Family sale. And they came out with a deodorant in that scent as well, which smells like Ariana Grande Cloud or the Baccarat Rouge 540. I know a lot of you are familiar with that, but this one is the number 40 scent in here. And I love this one more than 68 personally. It's my personal favorite, but I will be trying out the 68 in both the body wash and deodorant once the Sephora Friends and Family sale comes. But this one, if I were to pick one body wash for the rest of my life, it would be this, and that scent specifically. I have two self-tanners here. I always have this on hand. It is the Jergens Natural Glow Instant Sun. I get it in the Ultra Deep Bronze, and this is a sunless tanning mousse. This I usually get for under $10 on Amazon. I wait for a sale, even though originally it's like $11. You're only saving a couple bucks, so it's already affordable, but I wait for it to go on sale. I love the quick dry down of this, and I love how moisturizing it is. The color is really nice and natural. It doesn't get me as deep as I am right now. Right now, I'm using a different self-tanner, which I'm almost done. I was going to throw it in this video, but I do have one more use of that left. So you'll have to wait for my next empties. I always have this on hand though. It is a great self-tanner and one that I highly recommend if you're wanting to get into self-tan. Start with Jergens. Affordable, really good, really easy to use. Dries super quick, doesn't smell like decaying skin. It has a pleasant smell to it. So it's a really nice go-to self-tanner. Saint Tropez was the first tan I think I ever got into, and Sun Labs, I believe, if they're still around. I use those, and this is the Saint Tropez Luxe Whipped Cream Mousse. This was really nice. It says it's infused with niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and vitamin E. And more than anything, this was probably the most moisturizing self-tan I've ever used. Like to the point where maybe too moisturizing. It felt creamy, the mousse. The mousse felt amazing, and I did really like it. I would consider buying the full size if Saint Tropez wasn't so expensive. I mean, if I can get a similar looking tan and wear with Jergens for under $10, then why would I spend like $50, $60 on Saint Tropez? That's just my reasoning behind it, but it was nice. If money wasn't an object, maybe I would repurchase that, but love Jergens. And then I have some nail stuff. We have the Beetles nail glue for nail tips, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, you probably have, but I do my own nails, my own Gel X type of system, and I always do this really small French tip. And the glue I use to secure these to my nails, and these can last me weeks, just one set, is the Beetles nail glue. And I swear by this. When I started to use this, I wasn't using enough, but I use more glue now and my nails are on. Don't come off at all. These are on. My nails are always done now. I love the Gel X. I still love my press-ons. You'll see one, but I have literally only been doing the Gel X system. It is like Gel X. It's the Beetles one though that I got on Amazon. And this is the color that I always use as just the pink, light pink color. I know I get questions about it, and this is what it is. It is the Aimeili, I'm not sure how to say it. It's the gel polish. I get this on Amazon too. It's UV and LED soak off, and it is in the shade 22, which is this light milky pink color. I already have a backup of this. This is the only shade that I use for my French tip nails. So if you wanted to know, I will try and link it, but I get it on Amazon and number 22. And then I have a set from Kiss. This is one of their impress nails, and this is the Pink Dream. And I only have one of these because I've been doing my own nails. So there are occasional times when I need to throw on a quick set, which obviously happened once since I've been doing my own nails, but typically I always have a set on. And I've just always been doing them French because it makes it easy for me, and I just love how it matches everything. So I do my own nails now. They're not perfect by any means. Like, I'm not a pro or anything. Like, you look at my cuticles and you can tell, like, I'm not a pro. They wear well on me. I like keeping them fairly short too. I can control the length because I cut them myself, and they've just been working out really nicely for me. Plus this glue. This is a game changer for any sort of glue on nails like that, because you cure it in a UV light, and truly that glue is like no other. It works so well for me. The last section we have here is hair care, and I have 4 products. So the first thing I used up is the Oribe Invisible Defense Universal Protection Spray. This is my favorite heat protectant for when I use my hot tools, so my curling wand, my waver, straightener, anything like that. For blow drying, I use something different, but for any sort of style I'm doing to my hair, I always use the Oribe one. And I used it today when I used my T3. I'm not sure what size it is. I will link it down below because I always get questions, but it's just one of the T3 barrels. I think it's a 1 inch. It could be less though. And that's what I used in my hair today. So I really love this for just protecting my hair against UV damage, heat, and it's lightweight. It doesn't weigh down my hair. It doesn't make it too saturated either. The formula is super, super light, smells good, and does its job. I feel like my hair stays nice and healthy when I use this, and I've been using it for quite a while now. And then I just used this up last night. It's from Kerastase, and it's one of the Chronologies products, which I love that line, the smell of it. It has a unisex smell, and I think it just smells so good. This is their pre-cleanse shampooing treatment. This looks like charcoal, basically. I want to say it's black and has some granules in it, and it just really scrubs the scalp nicely. I do have some clarifying products that aren't as harsh. This isn't harsh, but it doesn't have the physical exfoliating properties to it, which I'm using now. I'm using my Olaplex clarifying shampoo, and I feel like I like that a little bit more for just how it makes my hair feel. So this one was nice at the time. I'm just liking the Olaplex more, so I don't feel like I actually need to repurchase that again because I have purchased that multiple times. But right now I'm on my Olaplex clarifying shampoo. Then another product from Kerastase is the Chroma Absolute. This is a mask, and I use the shampoo and conditioner, this treatment mask. I used to get a lot of Kerastase and PR. Haven't got anything recently, but I love the brand and will continue to repurchase the things that I like. Well, not this one now, but their shampoo and conditioner I repurchase, and it's just one of the ones that I keep in my rotation because their lines work for my hair. The Chronologies, probably still my favorite, and then the Chroma Absolute my second now. I did like this mask, but there's other masks that I like more than this one. So I wouldn't repurchase this one specifically, though there's other products from Kerastase, like the shampoo and conditioner just in this line that I would repurchase, just not the mask. I have, again, other masks that I like, nothing wrong with it. My Orbe one is just my top of the top, so I would just hold off and repurchase that one now. And then the last thing I have is something that I use on my daughter's hair. I have some dry bar products that we're using on her right now, but this we had for a while and I just decided to throw it in. It's from L'Oreal. I used to use this when I was a kid. It is the L'Oreal Kids Silky Pear Detangler, and this was just so good for her tangles because she has really thin hair. And I do like this. I liked this when I was a kid too, and she likes the smell of it. So you know what? Just buy what she likes. I have a dry bar one that just smells super minty, and then it's just not meant for her head. Like to smell her in that kind of smell. I just feel like she needs some sort of kid smell, but I don't know. I love the smell of this. This is just like my childhood. It just triggers childhood memories, this pear smell. It's something about it. I just want to keep this container to smell it. Why am I weird like that? That is the end of my empties video for today. I did have quite a few products to talk about here. Nothing that I would say was bad. I don't think there's any bad products in here. There's a lot of repurchases, things that I've recently found that replace some of these that I did like these products, but I found better, which does happen. So very happy about that. And yeah, overall a good empties video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. There'll definitely be another one shortly because I feel like I'm going to use up so many products at once. I don't know why that always happens to me, but we're coming up to a month of it's just going to be a lot of products used up. So I cannot wait to share with you my next empties, but I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know if you've tried any of these products or if there's any alternatives you would recommend to me in the comment section below. I would love to know. And if you've not already, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell to be notified of all my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next one.